here we go. So this is just a cleansing and clearing practice in order to elevate, to cleanse out, clear out anything that doesn't belong, and then elevate our vibrational energy to what we can accommodate with at this moment in time. So I was given permission. Yes, I can. All right. So then I'm just going to ask if I can connect all of you at the same time. Can I, may, and shall I connect to my Insight Timer friends and family, both those that are listening now and those that listen later? Yes. Is there any reason why I shouldn't? No, we're good. Then we're going to start with some clearing. So I'm going to ask that we just close our eyes for a moment. Take a couple of deep breaths together. If it's safe to close your eyes, of course. If it's not, then that's okay. Just take some deep breaths wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And no matter what you're doing, we're just going to imagine a blue-white light that is spinning counterclockwise around you. And it's cleansing, clearing, and balancing our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits on all levels for our highest and best good. And I can feel the energy moving through the pendulum. The pendulum's moving quite strongly because there's a lot to clear. It's probably me. I'll be honest, it's probably me. But this is for everybody. And this is the practice I do, so I am modeling, when I am experiencing some lower vibrational energy, some frustration, some anger, resentment, all of those lower vibrational energies, sadness. This is what I do. Actually, it's going so strong that I need to lift my arm up. Wow, it's a lot of energy we're releasing here. So let's just throw it all into the pot and just allow it to be swirled around. So any of the garbage that you're carrying that's making you feel low, we're just going to throw it in there and allow this beautiful blue-white light to just swirl around us individually and as a collective, removing anything that doesn't serve us, that is not for our highest vibrational purpose, as we cleanse, clear, and balance our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits on all levels for our highest and best good. Pulling out of the root any self-doubt, any resentments. I'm just going to hear all the words that I hear that we need to pull out. Yes, self-doubt. Lots of self-doubt we're pulling out right now. Wow, there's lots of self-doubt in our intuition and our throat chakra, how we speak to ourselves. Wow, the pendulum's just going absolutely crazy. So much energy. Let's just clear it out. Cleanse, clear, and balance our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits on all levels for our highest and best good. This is like a purging. It's like we're going through all the basement storage cupboards and just throwing stuff out and like done. Throw it. It either goes to donation where it can be transmuted to something good. So that's like sending stuff to source where it can be transmuted to love, or just removed, thrown out. As we cleanse, clear, and balance our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits on all levels for our highest and best good. We're releasing self-doubt, self-criticism. Ooh, out of the throat chakra, I can feel it just pulling out self-criticism. What? Let's just remove that. I think lots of us here are removing some self-criticism. Ooh, into the heart chakra, I can feel that. I don't know if you guys can feel that. Heart chakra is just releasing, ooh, some grief. I'm going to cry. Releasing some grief. Allowing us to let go of stuff that doesn't serve us. Some grief is helpful because we can learn from it. Some heart pain is helpful because we can learn from it. But the stuff that we're really just, digging into ourselves, we're going to let that go. So we're going to cleanse, clear, and balance our hearts, especially right now. Our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits on all levels for our highest and best good. Yeah, I can feel it leaving the third eye chakra, doubting our intuition. I can feel it leaving our throat chakra, all the negative self-talk, stuck words, all the things that we wanted to say that couldn't. We're releasing all that. Heart chakra, releasing some grief, some resentment. Moving down into the solar plexus. I'm just following along here. This is what's going on. So moving into the solar plexus, we're releasing some fear. some fear, some anxiety, some worry. This has to do with some disappointments. We're removing fear, anxiety, and worry. We're sending it to the feet of God, where it can be transmuted into love. Cleansing, clearing, and balancing our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits on all levels for our highest and best good. Letting go, letting go. All right. Where else? Okay, there's some clearing in the root chakra. This one doesn't feel like mine, but we're gonna clear it out for anyone that feels a bit displaced right now. Feeling like they don't know quite where they fit or where they belong. I can feel that that's some of the clearing that needs to happen. So we're going to cleanse, clear, and balance our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits on all levels for our highest and best good. We are going to just imagine this blue-white light. And if you can't see it, that's okay. You can feel it. This blue-white light is like an energized laser that's just pulling out at the root everything that doesn't serve us. And we're cleansing, clearing, and balancing our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. Oh, I'm already feeling better on all levels for our highest and best good. Releasing everything that doesn't serve us, allowing it to be sent to the feet of God, where it can be transmuted into love. That feels a whole lot better. I don't know about you guys, but I can sure feel that feels a whole lot better. Thank you for indulging me. That feels so much better. We just send that all the way. None of us need to carry any of that. And really, it's that simple. When you're feeling lower vibrational energy, when you're connecting to that lower vibrational energy, it's about just asking for help to just send it away. Whatever doesn't serve me or doesn't belong to me or, isn't helping me, let's just send it away. And I can see the pendulum is slowing down because the energy's released. So now we're going to add an extra little part, and we're going to ask for, this is like a golden white light. So this golden white light is transcending from above us. This is divine source energy, and it's going to spin clockwise around us. And as it spins clockwise around us, it sort of lubricates all of the places so that dark stuff, the heavy stuff, can't stick. It just slides right out. Tries to come back and just slides right out. So we're just going to raise that vibration using love and light and blessing and joy and contentment and bliss and primarily love. This is divine source, divine loving energy. And it just wraps around us like a big, beautiful hug in this warm, golden white light as it swirls around us. And if you're just joining, that's okay. I just felt someone come in and kind of be like, what's going on? So I'm just, we're doing a little cleansing, clearing, and balancing. And this is the balancing part. We're just allowing that golden white light. And again, if you can't see it, that's okay. It feels like a hug. It feels like when you're laughing and joyfully laughing, or when you're contentedly, looking at, a beautiful sunset. That's what this golden white light feels like, if you can't visualize it. And we're just going to allow it to spin clockwise around us as it fills up with love and light and blessing, and allows us to be filled with love and light and blessing, so that there's no room for the stuff that doesn't serve us. And as it's filling us with love and light and blessing, I want you to imagine that it's creating a bubble. And again, if you can't see it, that's okay. Imagine that there is a little pressure, like a bubble. When a bubble, the skin of a bubble, you have to, poke it and it pops. This one doesn't pop, but it has a pokeable membrane. And visualize this bubble around you. And inside this bubble is this beautiful golden white light. And anything that tries to come back in that doesn't serve us just bounces off this bubble joyfully, like a trampoline, like a child playing on a trampoline. Joyfully bounces off this bubble and gets sent right to the feet of God, where it gets transmuted into love. So any lower vibrational energies that encounter your bubble gets automatically sent away to the feet of God, where it gets transmuted into love. And inside this bubble, right down in your sacral chakra, even from your root chakra, we're going to imagine bubbles, a bunch of bubbles just rising up. And as they rise up from your root chakra to your sacral chakra, to your solar plexus, to your heart, imagine it like light bubbles, bubbles of light just rising up throughout your whole being. These are bubbles of joy and love and light and blessing, and they're filling up the big bubble. So it's like bubbles inside of bubbles. And these bubbles are rising to your throat chakra, to your third eye, to your crown chakra, where they connect again to that divine white light. So we are cleansed, cleared, and balanced, and we're filled with divine, loving energy that we can carry with us throughout our day, whatever we're doing. There we go. Thank you, my friends, for indulging me in that little practice. That is the practice that I do when I need to raise my vibrational energy. Those of you that are new here, that's not usually what my lives are about, but hey, right? It's all about life and what's going on. And we respond to what's going on in the best way we can, and then we act in the best way we can. It's funny because when I was setting up my space and I wasn't in a great headspace, I was feeling agitated, frustrated, sad, all the different lower vibrational energies. And I was like, oh, I should just cancel. And I was like, you know what? Nope. And then I was starting to lay out my things. And this is the one that kind of spoke to me, this little heart. Some kind of, I actually don't even know what the stone is, if anybody know what kind of stone this is. But yeah, this little heart spoke to me, and it was like, okay, put that on your table today. So I think if anyone does know what stone that is, this is the one that spoke to me. And I think that's what needed to happen today, was just a little cleansing, clearing, and balancing for everybody. I'm glad. Looks like satellite. I don't actually know. Yes, that's the, I don't know, some kind of, or maybe like some kind of agate. I don't know. Anyway, all right. Why don't I see if it is blue? Yeah, it's a blue color, and it's got little. If I put it right to the camera, maybe you can see it. But it's a little heart, and this is what spoke to me to come today onto my table. All right. Okay, I feel better. I hope you feel better. We collectively cleared out some stuff. There was lots of stuff to clear out. I needed that. I feel like we all needed that, so we responded. And good. Ella, I'm glad. Maggie, good. I'm so glad that people are feeling like that was helpful. Good. Melinda, I'm good. I'm glad that was. Good. Yes, absolutely, Johnny. Johnny's asking, in case you can't read it, he has a pendulum and was wondering if it's okay to join in when I'm using mine for cleansing and clearing. Absolutely, because in this space, we create a container for this space. As Frank's just wrote, we're all in this together, and so any extra cleansing, clearing energy is welcome, and if it wasn't welcome, it would be sent to the feet of God anyway. So if there was any, like, if anyone had negative intent, I'm not saying you have any negative intent, my dear, but if someone did, it would get sent away to the feet of God, because that's the container that we've created here. It is kind of like a lapis lazuli, but it's not as vibrant as a lapis lazuli. Could be a quartz. I don't even know. It's but it spoke to me, and I think it's because of the heart. And it was like, you know what? Honor what was going on in my heart, which was a lot before I came on here. So, and I feel like I missed some more in the chat. I'm glad. Melinda, you felt it in your chest. Yes. Sorry, Tessa. Missed your start. Don't know what's wrong. I came on, for those of you that are just coming on, I was going to cancel because just before we started, I had some things go on that put me in a pretty low vibrational energy, and I didn't want to bring that to the table. I didn't want to bring that to you. So when I asked, can I, man, shall I do this work right now? I was told no. And so I always honor if I'm told no. Rarely happens. I think in my entire, I think I've been doing this, 15, 20 years? And yeah, probably about 20 years. I think I've been told no maybe 5 times. So I honor that. And so we did a little cleansing and clearing instead. And you know what? I really believe in divine timing. Maybe that's what everybody needed today. And I'm going to go with that. Sharon, I'm glad you loved the bubbles. I don't know if I did record it, but it was rejected by Insight Timer. So I have to re-record it and do a better job. Let me just see. We're at the end of the snake year from Yuvita, at the literal tail, yet still shedding the old before the fire horse appears. That's kind of what it feels like, you know, like it's getting rid of some of the heavy stuff we don't need. All right. I think I read all the things. Oh, thank you for the hugs, my friend. And you know what? It is. It's just, this is that's the practice I do. And it's available for everybody. You know, you cleanse, clear, and balance, and you don't need a pendulum. I'm going to ask now that I've done the clearing, can I, may, and shall I? So, can I, may I, and shall I? Douse and connect to source information at this time. Are my intentions clear and from the light? Getting a yes. Is there any reason why I shouldn't at this moment in time? Haha, there we go. No, there's no reason why I shouldn't now. Thank you for indulging me in the cleansing and clearing. Asking to be cleansed, cleared, and balanced, heart, mind, body, and spirit, on all levels for my highest and best good. Thank you. And now I'm asking that my intuition be raised to the highest level that I might accommodate with at this moment in time. Allow me to hear clearly what is in everybody's highest and best good. I'm getting clear yeses now. All right, so now I'm going to ask to connect all of you again. Can I, may, and shall I do a reading for my Insight Timer friends and family, both those that are listening now and those that listen later? Yes. Is there any reason why I shouldn't? We switch and hope. Fabulous. Then I ask that everybody's intuition be raised to the highest level that they can accommodate with at this moment in time. Allow their souls to speak freely and clearly for everyone's highest and best good. All right. Well, there we go. We're set. A little later. We're 22 minutes in already, but I'm going to look up. I'm going to look up all the suggestions that people have for the heart. I'll put it a little closer. So yeah, it's got all these little flecks. Might be some kind of, I don't know. Anyway, it spoke to me. All right. So then let's see if there's some collective wisdom. I knew it was going to be something like this. It was be where you are. Honor where you are with what you need to allow you to move forward. So what I'm hearing is that when we are in a place similar to where I was when we first came on, I needed to honor where I was. This is where I'm at. I was going to cancel the live, and I was like, nope, just be present with this right now. But instead of staying with it, had I canceled the live, I probably would have stayed with those emotions. I would have stayed with that lower vibrational feeling. I would have probably stewed a little bit about it. I would have probably become a little more resentful. I would have become a little more frustrated. I would have come, until I managed to find a way out. Because I needed to address it, because I wanted to do this work, it's like, okay, what do I need to do? I need to cleanse, clear, and balance. I'll be honest and say probably if I didn't do the live and stayed in my feelings for longer, I probably wouldn't have done the clearing yet. I would have, had to pout about it for a little while first and then release it. So what I'm hearing is it's okay to be where you are. It's okay to be experiencing whatever you're experiencing. And when I say lower vibrational feelings, I don't mean in a hierarchy, a judgmental way. What I mean is that when we are trying to have an elevated vibration, things like fear, anxiety, sadness, anger, whatnot, those are all learning tools. Those are all valuable emotions that teach us something. I was feeling the way I was feeling for a very valid reason. I have to work at now making changes, doing different things, whatever, so that I'm not that those same feelings aren't coming up. So they're very, very important to allow us to learn from them and figure out where to go from. But the messaging that I'm hearing is to not stay stuck in those feelings. So when we are experiencing those things, what do we need to do to release them and let them go? And then the other piece that I'm hearing is a reminder that we're not alone. We're not by ourselves in this. We have an ally. We have that divine source energy. We have that loving energy that allows us to call in that, blue white light that clears things out, or that white gold light that fills us with love. We have that ability to connect. I'm also hearing the fact that we did it all together is a part of it too, right? I mean, I know you from here, and honestly, I feel like some of you are my friends. I would love to meet you in person, and I wish we could all just have like a potluck hangout and actually get to know each other, because I love coming on here and being here. But technically, I don't really know you, right? You don't really know me. But we created this space together, and I felt all kinds of things that needed to be cleared out. Everybody is dealing with something, and that's what I'm hearing right now. Every single human being is dealing with something. Part of the human condition is suffering. I know that's a teaching in Buddhist tradition, is that our job is to transcend suffering. Being human means that we have joys and sorrows, joys and sorrows, joys and sorrows. That is where we are. And so being able to recognize, as I was doing that clearing, stuff that was coming up, like the part in the root chakra, and I said, I don't feel like this one's mine, but it's valid and I need to clear because this is what's coming up. People that were feeling like they don't know where they're standing right now. They don't feel like they're feeling on solid ground. Everybody is dealing with something, which is why we need to treat everybody with love and compassion, but also honor where you are, honor how you're feeling. Don't just, I could have just tried to push it away and push through and did it anyway, and probably wouldn't have done a really great job at connecting and really hearing messaging. So honoring where you are, and then doing what you need to do to transcend and to elevate that vibration. And it's not about false positivity. I'm hoping that that's what was modeled. It was about recognizing, yeah, there's all kinds of crud going on, but I can remove that and I can honor that loving space, and use those feelings that I was experiencing as education. What do I need to do differently so that I'm not feeling those things? And sometimes there's answers and sometimes there isn't. Sometimes it's a matter of time, sometimes it's space, sometimes it's learning, sometimes it's other people that are the variables, and we have to learn how to, not let their stuff get to us. Like, there's lots of things, but the point is we're not alone. We have help, and we do have that divine loving energy to help us with this. And so I personally, my friends, am feeling very, very grateful that I did come on to do the live, and that I was honest with you in terms of where I was feeling, and that we did that clearing work, because even if it's selfishly, I feel like I feel better now, and obviously I can connect to messages now, whereas I got a clear no before. So that is the first bit of messaging, is don't allow yourself to stay in lower vibrational energy. What do you need to do to elevate yourself? And I'm not talking false positivity. It's about honoring, and what do you need to do to move out of that space? All right, next bit of messaging. This one, thank you, Dana. It's about showing up authentically. And I don't know if you've been here before, Dana, but Yeah, there's lots of times where I'm like, okay, I'm here to tell you a story. I don't know if I want to share this with you, but I do anyway. We're all on this journey together. All right. Next bit of messaging. Yes, this is for the people that I'm feeling that feel a little bit uprooted right now. What I'm hearing, and this is valuable for everybody, whether you're feeling uprooted or not, but I am hearing again that there's some people here that are really struggling with feeling like they don't know where they fit right now. They don't know where their feet are standing right now, or things are changing, or something's going on. But what I'm hearing to tell you is that we are all rooted, no matter where you are, no matter what kind of upheaval has happened in your life, no matter, maybe you've had to move, maybe you're switching jobs, maybe you're going through a separation, maybe whatever it is that has changed, that has made you feel, or maybe it's something from childhood. I just heard that too, that maybe that's one of your soul contract lessons is I need to learn how to find my roots. And so maybe your upbringing was very unrooted, to allow you to help find your roots. But what I'm hearing to tell you is that we are all rooted. Okay, so I'm hearing that in that little meditation that I did in the beginning, for those of you that weren't here yet, I'll just fill you in. Counterclockwise, blue-white light clears everything out. Warm gold light fills it up with love, light, and blessing. Then there's a bubble, and inside that bubble are bubbles of joy that come up. What I'm hearing is recognizing where those bubbles of joy come from. So the image that I'm getting is really cool, is like a geyser, right? Like out of the ground. I've never actually seen a geyser myself, except for like in video or whatever. But I'm hearing that it's like it comes from deep, deep, deep within the earth and it bubbles up, right? What I'm hearing is that even if you don't feel rooted and grounded, we are rooted and grounded, and we can pull that energy up. We can pull up that energy into ourselves from the earth and allow us to remember that we are made of the earth. We are from the earth. We might have some, star connection in our DNA, but we are from the earth, and that we are rooted and grounded no matter where we are. I'm actually hearing to tell you that if you're not feeling rooted and grounded, to literally just put your feet flat on the ground, or sit on the ground, or even I just heard lay on the ground. Any ground will do. Your floor, your bed, whatever. But lay, sit, put your feet on anything that's allowing you to feel flat. And then just imagine as if you're growing roots right down. And again, for those people that maybe can't visualize, I want you to think of it as, I'm just asking for an image. What's a good image? Oh, like when you're screwing something in, that's what I got. So when you're screwing something in and it's pushing through, and you can feel that pushing through, that's what you can feel, is that sense of something like pushing through the earth to root and ground. The reason why I keep saying if you can't visualize, because I've been doing a little bit of work on that because I was struggling with some visualization. And what I was told in my meditation is that the visuals aren't the important part. It's the emotional feelings that allows you to really connect to those things. So visualizing promotes some feelings, but if you can't visualize, you can still have the feelings. And the use of metaphor is powerful, is what I was told when I was meditating on that, is that the use of metaphor. So I'm trying to incorporate that a little bit more in my practice. And Yovita, I love it. Earth always holds you. Gravity is the scientific proof. I love it. Exactly. So if you're feeling a little bit unrooted, ungrounded, recognize that the earth is holding you, and that you have the roots and the grounds. And yes, Melinda, I think you are part of the reason that I was inspired to kind of go down that journey a little bit in terms of understanding visualization and what that's all up. I'm actually going to advertise here for a second. I'm working on a course for Insight Timer because I became quite passionate about the idea of manifesting without visualizing. And it's about feeling as opposed to seeing. So I'm working on that. I'll let you know when I finish it. All right. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to all of you because I was really in quite a state when I got here. So I appreciate that. Beautiful. Nature always gives me the calming vibes. Me too. All right. And Jamie, something that helps me ground is asking myself, how does the earth feel? Yes, that helps. And I find even like, not that this plant is very healthy because my cat was eating it, but even just looking at a plant allows me to ground. Petting my cat allows me to ground. Opening the window, breathing in some fresh air, which is actually what I did do just before the live. I was like, I need some fresh air. I like quickly opened the window, felt it. But how can we ground? And I am hearing, allow yourself to ground. I can't do it right now because we're under that much snow. But putting your feet just on the grass, putting your feet on the ground, putting your feet on the dirt. I have, it's a little further, I can't quite reach it, but I have a bunch of pieces of driftwood. They're on the shelf I can't reach. And behind me, I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, there's some big pieces of driftwood. Sometimes I just hold that. And that also, glasses just fell. That also helps me to ground. But that's what I'm hearing is find ways to ground and recognize that you are grounded. Yes. Yes. It's the shamrocks, Jamie. I don't understand. They eat these. I mean, I don't know why there's shamrocks growing in an African violet, but they eat these and then they grow back and then they eat them and they grow back. The cats absolutely love these little shamrocks. So I don't know. They also like my prayer plant. They don't touch any. I have plants all over my house, and the only ones they touch are the shamrocks and the prayer plant. So I don't know. Okay, next bit of messaging. I feel like we're just having like a casual conversation here, and I'm not working. It's all the same. All right. Of course. Sometimes as I'm like, oh, what am I doing? It's like, oh yeah, actually it's relevant because. So what I was hearing is don't underestimate the power of human connection. That we need, human connection. We need, even if it's like this, right? Yes, we're not sitting in the same room, but energetically, we're all connected, right? And by me, sharing my stories or hearing your stories and allowing us a platform to share our stories, sharing stories in general, I just heard as long as it's not commiserating and bringing that down, it's about we do elevate one another. We elevate through that personal connection, through that interaction. And just a little note I heard in terms of commiserating. Sometimes we need to vent to get something off our chest. If our purpose is to create more problems, then that's going to be a lower vibrational connection. If the purpose of venting is to get it off our chest so we can move forward, move on, maybe get some advice, hear how we can, adapt, change, whatever. That's part of that elevation. That's part of that conscious communication is the words that I'm hearing. Conscious communication. But connection is really, really important. And I can tell you from the bottom of my heart that today, in the state that I was in coming onto the live, I am in a totally different place. And I'm sure for those of you that were here from the beginning, can experience the visible difference. I was a little dysregulated when I first came on. Now I'm feeling grounded and peaceful, and it's because of the connection with you. And it reminds me that I am always connected, and I do have all these tools at my disposal, and I am connected to that divine source energy, and all of us are. And sometimes it needs another person to remind us that we are connected to that divine source energy, and we are human. We are all in the midst of some kind of suffering in some kind of way, and to recognize that we are all human and we are all in that space, and to support each other in that, to support each other. And that doesn't mean commiserating and venting and blah 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 blah. It's about, how do I hold you? How do I hold space? I'm here to tell you a story. There's a book, a really great book, a little children's book. It's called The Rabbit Listened. And basically this kid is, upset. His blocks fell or something, and he's upset. Someone gives him a suggestion, oh, just build another one. Someone says, oh, go play with something else, and da-da-da. And then the rabbit just sits and hangs out with the kid and just hangs out there until he feels better. The rabbit just holds space, and sometimes that's what we need to do, is just hold space. But hold space for ourselves as well. And I guess I modeled that this time because I held space for where I was. I didn't try and fight through it or change it or just cancel, which I considered. And so, yeah, hold space. Yeah, The Rabbit Listened. Beautiful book. Sometimes we have to hold space for ourselves. Lillian, I figured out for myself to always do a prayer to ask energy to be composed and returned as empowerment whenever I need or a friend needs to vent. I love that. It's an important boundary for me with friends and such a helpful practice. That is beautiful, Lillian, because I'm sure as people that are intuitive and empathic and whatnot, people find us when they have a problem and are venting and need support. And sometimes that can be a lot. I definitely struggle with that sometimes, where I'm like, okay, I'm being bombarded by their venting. I get that they need that. So I absolutely love that. I'm just going to read it again for those of you that are not able to read at the moment. Lillian wrote, I figured out for myself to always do a prayer to ask for the energy to be composed and returned as empowerment whenever I or a friend needs to vent. I love that. It's an important boundary for me with friends and such a helpful way to practice for myself. I think that's absolutely beautiful, Lillian, and I'm definitely going to do that. Yes, fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. All right. Is there any other important messaging? Okay. So what I'm hearing is that, this is what I'm going to tell you, is that there's always other options when things don't go as planned. So I'm hearing that lots of us get derailed. So things are going forward as planned, and then something happens and we get derailed and we're no longer on that plan. We're on a different plan, or we're trying to make our way back to a plan. And what I'm hearing is that there's always another way. And so what I got just now was this whole little scenario that immediately played out in my mind, that let's say I couldn't elevate my vibration. I couldn't connect to readings at this time. Then right away it turned into, well, maybe we could just do like a question answer. You guys could ask me questions. I could try and answer them from my own experience and have a little conversations with Nancy or something, or conversations with each other, which, this is what I just heard, is that if that was what was called for, then that's what would be what happened. So if, for say, I wasn't able to connect, then maybe that's exactly what the people that came on here today would need, is that other option. So I'm hearing, if things don't go as planned, things aren't exactly the way you are, there is always another way to form that connection, to form that grounding, and to continue moving forward. Tessa said, love that too, holding space. There's no good translation for that. I'm Dutch, as with many expressions in English. Like, this language embodies so soulful. Oh, that's beautiful. Yet I feel sometimes like some of the romantic languages, like French, Spanish, Italian, when I hear like words for things, and even some of the Asian languages, the words for things, I think, oh, English is so limiting. But I'm glad, yes, holding space. How do we hold space for each other? All right, is there any more collective wisdom for today? No. All right. So for those of you that are new here, if you'd like, you can put your name forward. I'm going to stop